KVVT News 64, bringing the world closer to you with national news, all the latest sports, regional special reports, and the weather. Now here's Kristen Carlson and Don Clarius.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. The recall of this Hesperia City Council is still on, but the group opposed to the recall, Hesperia Voters Information Committee, says their group has been unfairly represented by certain media and the people of Hesperia have been misinformed. So this morning, HVIC called a press conference to set matters straight.
Is calling on all Hesperia citizens to recognize that a state of emergency exists, which threatens their ability to participate in local government in the role of informed citizens as envisioned by their founding fathers.
Hesperia Voters Information Committee called a press conference this morning to present the news media with information they hope will clear up any unfair and biased press their group has been subject to in the past. Becky Otwell and Eileen Alves allege the Hesperia Resorter is printing false information, misinforming and misguiding the Hesperia residents about the recall of 4 city councilmen. Stan Nadolski, who heads the recall, says Hesperians are disenchanted with their city and need change. Otwell and Alves disagree. They believe the recall effort stems directly from Nadolski's and Resorter publisher Ray Pryke's anger after not receiving special treatment on a real estate project. Otwell and Alves also want voters to know this recall will require 2 costly elections.
The High Desert Mavericks have a new pitching coach. Yesterday, Bruce Tanner, the son of former Major League manager Chuck Tanner, was named the pitching coach of the 1991 California League champions. Tanner replaces Mark Little and is in his 3rd year in the Padres minor league system. This completes the 1992 coaching staff for the Mavericks. Brian Little is the new manager. Lonnie Keeter will return as the hitting coach, and Tanner is now the pitching coach. It's the last game of the regular season in prep football this weekend. Some teams are already in the playoffs. Some teams are fighting to get in, and yet others don't have a chance at postseason play. But for some, that last game seems to have a ring to it. Tomorrow's game between Apple Valley and Victor Valley is the battle for the bell. Apple Valley has the bell and doesn't want to give it over.
Well, obviously the bell game, Apple Valley High School is not going to the playoffs this year. First time in a long time. And so this is our last game for our seniors. It's home. We have the bell in possession right now, and we aim to keep it, and it's going to be a great game.
This crosstown rivalry, if for nothing else, is for pride. Another big game in the San Andreas League is Barstow and Hesperia out at Raymore Stadium tomorrow night. Coming off back-to-back losses, Coach Pete Delagardelle tries to keep his team positive.
It's real positive. The seniors know if we don't win, it's their last game, and we don't want to have a last game. We put the challenge to them, and they know that the playoffs have been one of their goals, and they have to win. And they're going to go out and do their best, and we know they'll do the best. They always do their best, but they know they have to step it up one notch just to make sure we do beat Barstow. And they know it's going to be a tough game, and they're taking the challenge, and hopefully we come away with a win.
Over in the De Anza League, it's a must-win situation for the Serrano Diamondbacks as they travel to Yucca Valley.
We understand what we have to do. You know, one of our goals at the beginning of the year was to get into the playoffs, and this is our shot. You know, it's tough to be on the road 3 straight weeks, but we're talking to the kids and convincing them that actually we have a better record on the road this year than at home. And so
I think we have a real good chance. They have a ball control offense. They run the ball quite a bit, but our defense has played well last game against the run, and hopefully they'll do the same and keep our offense on the field, and we hope to score a lot of points against them, I think.
Looking at tomorrow's action, you see the battle of that all-important bell. Then Barstow and Hesperia. Cajon is also looking for a playoff berth as they are at San Bernardino. And the SAL leading Colton should have an easy time with Pacific. In the De Anza League, number 1 and 2 go head-to-head as Big Bear plays Beaumont, and Serrano needs to win at Yucca Valley. And CIF playoffs get underway Tomorrow in 8-man small division football, Victor Valley Christian is at Liberty Christian tomorrow evening, and Lee Vining goes to Antelope Valley Christian. The San Andreas League Tennis Championships were held yesterday at Victor Valley High School. The singles champion was Julie Banks of Victor Valley High. Banks was the top seed going into the tournament. She is a freshman, and the 9th grader defeated senior Jennifer Milligan of Cajon in straight sets 7-5, 7-6. The third place match featured Stephanie Kerwin of Apple Valley and Christine Walter of Pacific. Walter took home third place with a 6-4, 6-2 win over Kerwin. The doubles champions were from Barstow. The #1 team of Von Dennen and Fang only lost 1 game in 2 sets to Apple Valley's Kvvt Reddy and Deanna Hickson. All the players in both the singles and the doubles finals have qualified for the CIF playoffs. Moving on to some NBA action from last night, the Clippers are finally getting some recognition at 5-2. They were in San Antonio last night to play the Spurs. Danny Manning playing some rough defense here on David Robinson, grabs his neck. Sean Elliott right there with 2 of his 21 with the jumper. Then Ron Harper of the Clippers led all scoring with 25 points here with a nice layup. And now watch this pass coming up from Danny Manning. He gets the ball over the head pass up to Gary Grant, who goes in for the jam. Larry Brown a little concerned. But no need to worry, this is Mr. Robinson's neighborhood. Sean Elliott to David Robinson for the stuff. Then Robinson with the steal. And he goes in for the basket and the foul. The Spurs won it 107-93. Clippers fall to 5-3. In Phoenix, the Gorilla doing some pre-game dunks. And Larry Bird is healthy here with the arcing layup. The Celtics led by 4 at the half. Then in the second, Dan Marley gets beat up by Bagley, but Marley gets it in somehow. And then Rick Fox and Larry Bird help the Celtics cause. Here, Fox with the spin around. The Celtics won it 117-111. Bird had 27 points in that game. On to Charlotte, where Michael Jordan was playing some defense here in Jordan's home state. Watch as he blocks Rex Chapman's attempt at a dunk. The Bulls won it in a laugher, 117-95. Jordan had 35 points to lead the scoring. And finally, in Indianapolis, it was a boxing match. Watch this as punches are thrown by Patrick Ewing and Detlef Schrempf right here. I wouldn't want to get in between either of those two players. Wow. Ewing ended up being ejected. Indiana went on to win 110-107 behind 31 points by Reggie Miller. And you see a big man, Patrick Ewing, as they had to eject him. He said after the game he only scored 6 points, but he wished he could have been in that game. Detlef Schrempf didn't have a comment. Two big guys.
Yeah, really.
2 big guys.
Thanks, Tom. Well, have you thought about Christmas presents yet?
Actually, yes.
Christmas presents. It's not even Thanksgiving.
Well, I
You
thought
girls,
about it. I don't know
tell
what I
you.
want. Or
Well,
what
if
I
you
tell
haven't,
everybody.
we'll have suggestions next. Stay with us. And finally tonight, Christmas shopping. We'd like to wait until after Thanksgiving, but more and more people want to avoid the rush and start a few weeks early. Well, some of the hottest items on anyone's wish list are electronic in nature, as Jeff Chang shows us.
Santa's elves are going to be hard-pressed to build one of these electronic wonders this year, but more and more boys and girls of all ages have fixed their sights on today's technological toys. And it won't take a trip to the North Pole to get your hands on a new CD player or television, just a short drive. In fact, many eager shoppers made their way to the grand opening of the new Silo Electronics Superstore in San Bernardino today.
How are you today? Welcome to Silo. Want for Christmas, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want?
A typewriter.
A typewriter for Christmas. How about some of those Walkmans over there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah? So ask your mom right here for it, huh?
What can I have for Christmas? We'll see. If it comes on sale.
While video games and stereos are always popular items, how about a new refrigerator? No, this isn't your ordinary icebox. Carrie Kelly, Vice President of Silo, says personal electronics are hot this season.
For this season?
Without a doubt. I mean, Sony camcorders are going to be extremely hot. Cellular phones from a number of big manufacturers are going to be very big. And CD is still a hot category in the United States, and certainly we expect big things from that.
Will boomboxes replace the sound of sleigh bells, or microwaves take the place of chestnuts roasting on the open fire? Perhaps not. But don't forget, batteries aren't included. In San Bernardino, I'm Jeff Chang for KVVT News 64.
Looks like it's time to start Christmas shopping. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow night. We'll see you then. Good night.